What is going on, my dudes? One Step here, and welcome back to the channel again. We are here today for Guilty Gear Strive full story watch along part 2, going in where we kind of left off about a week or so ago. Gonna be finishing where we left off. So if you guys are enjoying this yourself, enjoying this series we're doing, make sure to subscribe for more content, because we have new videos Monday and Friday, and we stream at least twice a week. And who doesn't want more content and more Guilty Gear content? I know a lot of you, or those that maybe have played Guilty Gear, might have already seen the story, but we have not here, so we're kind of going to be oh, you know what, everyone? So first of all, story, play story. Grab your popcorn. I got your boy here. Got my popcorn, I got my candy, I got my drink. I'm ready to sit down, enjoy a dope AF story. We left off on chapter 4. So with what I remember, Happy Chaos got Nago. They're kind of setting things up. But so was Kai and Leo and Sol and those, and then they're all keeping an eye on Asuka. So we got a lot going down. I also got a poll in the chat that I want you guys to answer for me as we're going through here. The question in the poll is, do you like Guilty Gear Strive story? Yes, it's great. Nah, it's okay, I guess. Never seen it until now. If you don't get a chance to vote on the poll, whether you're watching the replay or whatever, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are when the question comes of, do you like Guilty Gear Strive story? So we're gonna give it just a moment here for people to join on in before we actually start, because I know a lot of you guys might want to see exactly where we left off when it comes to chapter 4 and so on. So Sean, what's going on, my dude? Welcome on in the stream. Always a pleasure to see you. Joey, what's going on, guys? Get your snacks, get your popcorn, get your drinks, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Nothing crazy today. We're not going online, we're not doing anything. This is more for us to enjoy each other's company as we watch a dope story. So put me in full screen, put me on the TV, whatever you guys want to do. And we're going to be watching part 2. Well, we're in chapter 4, but our part 2 for the Guilty Gear Strive story. So before we actually press start here, I'll read to you guys. Sensing some irregularity in Eno's action, Sol suspects the possibility of an accomplice who's acting separately. Happy Chaos. He eventually faces off with the mysterious being Chaos, that's what he just said, but fails to apprehend him due to the interjection of, oh yeah, that's right, because Nago, so this is actually what we just saw. As signs of the unrest spread across the world before G4 Summit, Sol's companion, Jacko, ponders about her own existence. I think that's where we're going at now with Jacko's kind of side story there, so. Sean, exactly. Sit back, relax, take it one step at a time, and let's jump right into it. That's kind of where we left off. We've given people a few moments here, so honestly, I say we just do it. We just get on in. Let's just do it. Let's just go. So Omen, that's where we left off. Guys, I'm probably going to be on mute as we enjoy the story. I'll put myself off mute if I need to talk or say anything, but I will also be in the chat, so feel free to still talk, hang out, ask questions, do whatever you want to do. But I got my popcorn and my drink, so we'll be sitting back, relaxing myself, just enjoying the story. I figured if I'm going to watch it by myself, we might as well watch it together. Gagustin, what's going on, bro? Welcome on in. How you doing, dude? Always a pleasure to have the Gagustin and the Rig Talk in my chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome to some Guilty Gear story where we're hanging out, going through and just sitting back, relaxing, hanging out and talking in the chat while we're watching Iowa part 2. I think there's like 15 parts or something like that, chapters in the game. I don't know all the chapters, but we are on chapter 4, and we'll just go until your boy here is done. We'll go until we need to quit. So, all right, boys, girls, ladies, gents, sit back. I'm gonna press start. We already began the chapter where we left off. So, all right.
A relief that things settled down before I left for the States. I must admit, my mandatory attendance at G4 had been stressing me out.
Did you read the documents I gave you? Eno's never been captured. Still hasn't. She's not sitting on a prison cot so much as our dignity.
Well, that certainly eases my pre-summit anxiety. Thank you ever so much.
Hey, I'm only warning you out of the kindness of my heart.
Oh, I am keenly aware. It's why I called in some specialists for their assistance. They're investigating the security situation in America. I'm sure they've already...
It's a dog.
A dog?
And as they say, it's best to let sleeping dogs lie.
You made it.
King Daryl?
These two are the specialists you mentioned? Seriously?
I'm sure you remember them, but allow me to reintroduce you. This is Zata 1 and Milia Rage.
That's Director Milia Rage, Your Majesty the Third King.
Director of what?
We reinstituted the Post-War Administration Bureau, and no one tops their former guild at informational warfare.
Sure, because their methods are illegal.
They're specialized. I think that's how the government puts it.
They're from the largest intelligence agency in the world. It'd be a waste not to recycle them.
Does Kai know about this?
His response was much the same as yours.
Don't get the wrong idea. You could be reborn as a Buddha, and I'd still hold your every sin against you. You're just lucky we don't have any way to prosecute the dead in this country. Got it?
I'll keep that in mind, Second King.
Good. Now, what was it you were saying about dogs earlier?
If I may have your attention.
Okay, it's about time. Better bust out the travel brochure.
We were tasked with checking the security system for G4 and the architecture of the White House for any blind spots. To make a long story short, they're both immaculate. We couldn't interfere even if we wanted to. However, we can only speak to the areas we could get eyes on.
While we were inspecting the White House floor plan that the United States provided us, we discovered a black box.
A black box?
As far as we know, not even the president is aware of it. The file's creation is attributed to a number of military-industrial complexes the world over. It appears as though, at one point, Illyria was involved in the construction of the White House.
So what's in the box?
It's protected by a nonlinear three-way matrix authentication encryption process.
Translation?
We don't know what's inside.
You can't open it.
Therein lies our issue. We don't believe that we should.
Why not?
Milia, what sort of data do we encrypt?
The kind we don't want people to see.
And who loves encryption most of all?
Bad people. Well, most of the time at least.
That's why the United States didn't notice it, and we did. In essence, King Leo, if we open this and it's a mere jack-in-the-box, we can all laugh it off. But if it turns out to be Pandora's box, well...
What, just looking at it will put a curse on us? Don't be so superstitious. It's the 22nd century. Archaeologists and grave robbers have a name for this kind of thing.
You're calling it a treasure? Regardless, we were tasked with tightening security. We can't predict whether this black box will threaten the safety of G4 or not. Still, whether we open it up and take a look is entirely up to you.
Do it.
What? You can't be serious.
What? It's outdated intel anyway.
The problem's not how old it is, it's where it's from. We should at least check in with the US about it first.
I never knew you were so by the book. But all right, I'll leave this matter in your hands.
Leaving already?
G4 waits for no man, no matter how hard you drag your heels on this.
No need to get snide.
Well done, Post-War Administration Bureau. This is quite the treasure trove of talent. Ho ho! Tiernanak. Hey, come on! This is too juicy to ignore. Oh, I knew Asuka had to have something fun in the works. Now, let's see where this story takes us.
You know, you say?
Yeah. Your former ally has been detained by the Illyrian government. It's a real weight off my shoulders. You don't look too happy about it, though.
I once promised her a future. However, it seems I took too long to deliver. She chose to leave me.
So you feel responsible?
In part, yes, but the Eno I know would never let herself be captured so easily.
I imagine they're interrogating her right now. So why don't we save the anxiety-inducing conversations for after she's escaped?
Wait, hold it! You can't just barge into the middle of...
Hey, Eno!
Soul.
Who the hell is this chaos bastard?
Long time no see, head. Should I be looking for a good lawyer?
Better find one who can take a beating.
What do you want to know?
Oh, since when are you so generous?
I'm hurt. Have I ever lied to you?
I don't think you've ever told me the truth.
If you don't want to talk, you're welcome to leave.
Fine then. What'd you take from Ariel's?
Her pride. I had my tongue nice and sharp. Gave her a verbal beatdown. Must have left her down in the dumps.
Don't give me that told you so look. She let herself get captured. We're not getting the truth until we bring in that Chaos fellow.
Well, you think? I bet I could get it out of her sooner.
Oh my. Were you looking to make some renovations to the castle?
Enough property damage, both of you. This isn't a question I ask lightly, but do you plan on becoming a god?
And here I thought you brought me in just for destruction of property.
Don't dodge the question. Do you intend to destroy the world?
Is the destruction of the world all you ever think about? Would it kill you to get a bit more creative?
We'll work on that. Maybe that chaos guy could give us some ideas. Call him over.
You want a ticket? You're gonna have to wait in line. You gotta put in the effort to get something worthwhile.
This is an interrogation room. Didn't you see the sign? It says, sorry, I can cut the line whenever I want.
Sounds like you'd be better off taking that sign with you to the White House then. I bet the Gearmaker's got a hell of a story to tell you.
Excuse me? Are you suggesting the Gearmaker's up to something?
You think he's not? Really? What was it again? The accumulation of goodwill? Well, it's not like I know much about it myself. I'm not going to be the one setting off the fireworks.
Eno's never needed a reason to cause trouble. This is the first time I've ever felt intent behind her actions.
That's tripping us up as well. If only we knew what's motivating her. Could her past be the key?
Jacko, looks like you could shine some light on this.
I thought I could, but now I'm not so sure.
Explain.
There were originally supposed to be 2 Jacko units. One of them was me. My role was to make your girlfriend human again. And the other's role was to make Eno...
To make her what?
Asuka knew that Eno would pose a threat if she ever awakened. So he created a Jacko to prevent that. No, in order to save her. That other Jacko was given a name to distinguish us. Happy Chaos.
What are you saying? That the Gearmaker created chaos? No, more importantly,
Is Ino trying to become a normal human?
That's what I don't get. The plan was kept secret. Ino shouldn't know about it. And weirder still, even though the Gearmaker was making Happy Chaos, he never finished.
Two different parents gave their kid that name? The world really has gone to shit. But this is all new to me. You said Ino's incomplete, right? Why? Tell us everything you know.
This is a good opportunity for you, too. Do you have any hot chocolate? The world in which we live is governed by a programmatic space that controls all of creation. This space is known as the backyard. One day, however, the backyard got sick.
But you said it was a program.
You know how they say dolls can get possessed by spirits? It's like that, though in this case, the world got possessed by humanity's emotions during the war. So, the backyard cut off the source of the illness. That was the first mistake. The part that got cut off was given tremendous authority, and became all-powerful.
And that's Ino.
To be precise, it's Axel, too. Asuka's teacher was the first to discover Ino. He decided she was a threat, and took away her power and her sense of self.
So that's why she's incomplete. Then, if Ino isn't trying to become a human, but rather her original self...
She'd need the other half she lost.
Is that what she took from Ariel's?
If it was, then why isn't she complete yet?
Perhaps she requires something else. An energy source. Or even a specific moment.
No matter what she needs, there's something that can give it to her.
Asuka's tome, right? Looks like I'll be taking Vernon up on his offer after all.
Let us take care of Ino and Chaos. Chip seems to have vanished, but he may know something as well.
This is just a hypothetical, okay? What if I could stop Ino? But if I did, Arya would never be able to wake up. What would you do?
Is that part of your role too?
Huh?
What would happen to you? Never ask me that again, not even as a joke. I will not let you erase Arya on a whim, no matter what.
It was only a hypothetical. Just forget about it, okay?
Dude, I am learning so much right now. That was a giant class, is what that was.
Do you need a map?
Only if it can direct me away from trouble.
Trouble's like your persistent ex, isn't she? You tried ending things, but she's always hitting you up.
Well, that was an awfully short vacation.
On the bright side, it was your longest yet.
Got me there.
Say, that isolation zone, Iseo. What's it like?
Empty. It's just mountains, a big old field, and a lake. But the floating island reflecting in the lake at sunset made it popular with painters. I decided a long time ago that was where I wanted to live. Sorry. About, just now. When a woman makes a face like that, a man's to blame. Asuka told me that way back when.
Do I look sentimental to you? I can't cry. Or even feel.
If I go to the White House, I'll see Asuka there. And I'll give him the ass-kicking he deserves. Feels like that'd be a faster road to forgiveness than some drawn-out heart-to-heart.
Forgiveness.
That's where people belong. So listen up. This is important. Your past is kept up in here. But the present, this very moment, is in here. And right now, Arya's there too. Whenever you're feeling lost, this is what you should trust.
You must be aware of it by now, right?
Understood. I'll leave an opening in our security on the day of the event.
Not only can you control people's actions, but their minds and appearance as well.
Anyone but you, yes. Using those fancy eyes of yours?
Why'd you let me live?
You're the only one in the world who knows my weakness. That makes things interesting. You could be the key to real drama. That and, well, honestly, I like you. There aren't many folks out there who hold themselves to their own standards.
You baffle me. One cannot go far without a destination in mind. Without that, how can you ever know if you've arrived? And yet you see meaning in pressing ever onwards. Just like Bushido.
I just want to go someplace that's not on the map. The United States of America. You've only ever seen the world before the revival. Isn't this of you? You could say it's a work of art crafted by culture and civilization. But as of tomorrow, it might be called hell.
So a path without morality leads to the root of evil then? Good luck. I'm amazed you managed to get so many of these.
It was no easy task, I'll tell you that. They don't build them to this standard anymore.
Well, I can't imagine they'll be necessary for a summit on world peace.
They're not for the world. They're to protect you. I need you to know what we'll be packing.
Erica, it's not like G4 is a war.
For me and Dickinson, it is. Do you know why I grew my hair over my ears?
Not a clue.
Because Dickinson talks too loud. Maybe it's old age, but he's been telling me the same thing for 3 years. Listen, Erica. To our mission, we stay true. Whether the president's tie is red or blue.
Ha! Ha! Still saying that, is he? Make that 6 years. I want to put an end to the era of might makes right. To let the people look to the future and see a newfound hope.
To bring about an era where the president designs the badges of his Secret Service himself?
Exactly. And the thing that'll save the world is football.
Football.
They say that sports once captivated people of all stripes, from all over the country. We should be thinking about how best to enrich the time we spend with our loved ones. Isn't that the world you dreamed of as well?
Let's go greet our hero.
How's it feel being back home again?
It's not exactly Turin in November.
What do you think of the White House, then?
Same shit as Illyria Castle. Now I see why taxes are so high.
The laws of this country are grand, you see. If you steal something, you gotta put it to use.
Okay, be frank with me. I thought we knights were supposed to guard the conference room. Why am I the only one on standby?
On the day of G4, each country will bring along their most highly accomplished knights. If our country were represented by a world-renowned hero, it might appear we're making a mockery of the others.
So, what, should I nap through the thing?
That's our hope. If you slept here through G4, then headed home when you woke up, that would be our ideal outcome.
Vernon, you know you can be straight with me. It's Asuka who wants me here, isn't it?
You knew that all along, and you still came.
Yeah, well, this is between him and me. You just got caught up in it.
Do you know what he's trying to do?
Can I see him?
Why didn't you go with Frederick?
Because I'm the only one who can stop Eno.
That's not true. You want to learn about Eno, don't you? You're projecting yourself onto her.
You can't make friends just by looking down from the top of your castle. How long do you intend to stay in here? Arya.
You finally came to see me.
Because you wouldn't come out.
Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. But we both need a future, don't we?
Are you saying you called me in here?
We both called out to each other. The two of us are a single Arya. But it's about time that you remembered why you're here.
Do you ever intend to come back?
Arya's mind was destroyed along with the world back before the Crusades. We can no longer be sure of her intentions.
But you're Arya, aren't you?
A piece of her. Just like you. The only difference is that you have emotions.
Artificial ones, sure.
Is your love for Frederick artificial too?
How would I even know if it was?
Why don't you take off your halo? It's from before you were human, is it not?
Is my ego starting to become independent?
That may be so. Or perhaps... Even after she lost everything, Arya refused to throw everything away.
But the Arya Frederick wants is the one from the past.
Do you feel as if he's rejected you? For living only to fulfill your role?
We're all searching for our place in society, aren't we? For me, it's saving the world. So what's the difference?
Nothing at all. Provided that it's what you wish for.
What do I wish for?
There is not merely one world. In fact, there's one for each and every one of us. Your world hasn't even existed for an entire year. What value does it hold for you? You don't yet have the courage to accept yourself. If you can't find your answer, then Arya will disappear. But in order to do so, you need to be prepared.
To do what?
Destroy the world.
We can't approve an in-person meeting between the two of you before G4, so you'll have to settle for this.
It'll do. First you're that man, then the gear maker, and now the devil himself. How many names does one man need?
As of right now, none of them apply to me.
Then who the hell called me here?
Just Asuka.
The boring man with a fondness for math that you know so well.
Let G4 end peacefully. Once it does, I'll kick the shit out of you and head home.
Frederick.
I've never decided anything for myself before. I followed the influences around me, tried to adapt myself to them. My long list of aliases is a testament to that. I've never truly been myself. Thinking back on it now, it seems the same could be said for my becoming a scientist. In turn, I've always pushed the responsibility for my presence in this world onto everyone else. But that changes today.
All right. Listen up, people. We're on high alert till each and every ambassador is back in their room with a warm bed and a full stomach. Now, I know you good folks will never give anything less than your all. But today, your all won't be enough. This is gonna be the longest damn day of our lives, make no mistake. Now let's get to it.
Sir, I've got to ask, is the gear maker really that big a deal?
Excuse me?
I mean, I've never been ordered to deploy 5 whole security divisions for one conference before.
I've never issued an order like that before either. But by the same token, you never met an individual who could take down the entire goddamn Union fleet empty-handed, now have you?
I have not.
If we make it to tomorrow, you'll have someone else standing next to you, Lincoln.
What's up with the scent?
Okay, so we learned a lot. You going home, Izzy? You work in the office today? F that. It's snow today, bro. We learned a lot today. Well, in that chapter, we'll keep going, but we learned a lot. Like, we learned a little bit of the backstory of essentially the world and like the backyard, if you guys remember what that was called, and how Jacko is Jacko, and why Eno is Eno, and why Axel is Axel, and now we're getting to G4, which is the big summit, and we have all the knights there. We have Solo there. So, yeah, Jack's gang, what's up, bro? The Flash, welcome on in. Sorry, I don't talk during the movies just for your viewing experience, but during these short 1-minute intermissions, welcome on in. Yeah, definitely interesting. I want to, so it's hard because it is a standalone movie. As you play the game, you can watch the story chapters, right? But I really want to do some more background research and like watch other ones of like, the history of Guilty Gear. I should probably go watch those. But with what we're given though, it's really good. It's really good. All the pieces are in place. Now we get to see how it all unfolds. All right, says Izzy. Got my popcorn, my drink. Welcome on in, everybody. Let's get back to it, shall we? I think you did, Izzy, but I think you did before, but we've already talked so much on Discord since then, so do it again, would you?
As we've previously reported, it appears the Gearmaker will indeed be participating in G4. Originally centered around peace efforts, the summit was rumored to include an announcement of America's demilitarization and discussions of human-gear coexistence. However, with the interference of the Gearmaker and the questions about security, the current plan for the conference is unknown. All we do know is that the whole world will be watching. Against expert opinions, each country in attendance has opted to converse with the devil himself. Perhaps their curiosity has outweighed their common sense.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Though the last-minute inclusion of the Gearmaker has changed today's schedule somewhat. The purpose of our meeting today remains the same. A new peace for a new era. And with our allied nations and the Gearmaker united around one table, I firmly believe that this day will be one for the history books. Now then, allow me to introduce you to the man who will be acting as our moderator in my stead. The Gearmaker, Mr. Asuka R. Kreutz.
Thank you.
I don't intend to waste your time by introducing myself. Please turn to your pre-provided materials and... Oh.
Forgive me, I couldn't help but notice that there was no mention of certain recent incidents, so I went ahead and added that information personally. I attempted to maintain objectivity as best I could. I trust you'll find it agreeable.
Thank you. But when did you have the time?
He lives up to his nickname. People call him the King of Groundwork.
They do.
He's awkward. Yeah. Whatever I imagined, it wasn't this.
May we continue?
Eno could escape at any time. I assumed she'd vanished the moment Soul set off, but...
Should I go get you a blanket? Only thing you'll catch in here is a cold.
Asuka wanted to save you.
What, did you forget? You're the one who changed me.
I didn't change anything. I merely showed you the truth.
Well, that explanation sure takes a lot of responsibility off your shoulders.
Then what would you say I did?
You showed me too much. I realized that I am the world. And because you fear me, you're trying to make me a simple human.
You knew?
Yeah, learned that along with a whole lot of other shit I didn't want to know. All thanks to you. I also know that you can turn me human at the cost of your own life. Want to give it a try? Maybe before G4 ends?
I could, if you'd like. But there's something I have to ask you first. This world you're after, what exactly is your wish?
It was around the 20th century, I guess. There was a man in the slums named Will, the son of some rich guy and his wife. I can't even remember his face, but I recall he had beautiful blonde hair, like a woman's. He was a weird one. He'd always get into fights, but he'd cry after he hit someone. Told me that after he'd lost the strength to throw a punch, he couldn't get anything out but tears. And I couldn't say why, but everyone always ended up on his side in the end. That included me. Well, our relationship was a little closer than that. We swore our futures to one another, throwing away our old lives and names. I'd like to say we were happy. Until one day, Will suddenly disappeared. Didn't say a word to anyone. And he never came back. No cop or journalist could ever tell me why. I didn't plan on giving up on him, but I made myself a promise anyway. No matter what happened, I would never forget my memories with Will. And yet, all those memories are fuzzy. Any guesses why? Because they never happened. Not in the second version of the 20th century. I have no past. Which means I have no future. I just want to get out of this empty cage.
Even at the cost of everything else?
A deer runs and a lion chases. Which one would you say God supports?
I can only measure things in terms of loss and gain.
Then mind if I ask you something? Is your world so valuable that it's okay for you to crush mine?
Nothing is mine, nor yours. The world is simply the world.
So if we do find ourselves in an era of everlasting peace, will there be any place for you in it?
We need to go join Sol.
Why?
Eno let something slip during your conversation. She said, before G4 ends. It's likely that she let herself be captured so that G4 could proceed. That's when they'll make their move, I'm sure of it.
But that means it's even more important that we stay here. If you were listening in, you have to know why.
I do. Your hypothetical was true. You have the power to stop Eno. But are you really all right with never being able to see Sol's face again?
My goal is to awaken Arya. But at my very core, my role is to protect the world.
Then why did you ask Eno that question? As I thought. You can't save the world as things are now.
This is most puzzling. This story of yours conflicts with history as we've come to know it, and the incident reports we've seen.
Indeed. According to these documents, you're more of a guardian angel than a devil.
I'll give you this much. Regardless of the veracity of what you've shared with us, you do have a way with words. This is incredibly detailed and easy to understand. Which raises a question. If you merely wish to share this information with us, you easily could have written this up, signed it, tossed it in the mail, and been done with it.
I believe that a document alone might have been somewhat lacking in credibility.
Not to be rude, but I'm sure you realize that we can't take your words at face value either. So why risk a lifetime of imprisonment by showing up here? I must admit, it has us curious.
That's certainly fair. I'm here because I have a request for all of you.
A request?
That's right. Though having this conversation may bring us rushing to our main point of order, is that all right with everyone?
How ominous. You make it sound like we should batten down the hatches.
Very well. Tell us.
A suspicious man is approaching the front entrance. He seems to be accompanied by a soldier. Have you received word of this?
Moving to confirm. Hold it! Who is that man? Where are you taking him?
Ah. Sorry to bug you, but could you tell me the location of, every guard in the White House?
What did you say?
Understood.
Oh, that's a nice jacket you've got there.
The Tome of Origin. As the name would imply, everything sprang forth from its pages. This book makes anything possible. It granted magic to mankind, crafted our future, and with it, the risk of our downfall. The tome itself, however, has no will. It provides what is asked of it, urging caution as it complies. Of course, its power is too great for mankind to wield. Under my authority as its current owner, I intend to dispose of the tome.
We obviously understand the dangers the tome poses. But is such an extreme measure necessary? Could we not conceal or protect it?
Perhaps, if not for those who would desire and seek it.
The tome has such tremendous potential. It could help us build a better future. You would toss aside its value as well as its danger?
Value. What value could it hold that we currently lack? For example, what value does this $10 bill hold?
You could treat yourself to a little something.
Well, to the extremely rich, it's hardly worth the paper it's printed on.
On the other hand, in the country of Valupia, this one bill could feed an entire family for 3 months. Value changes based on where you stand. Before we seek out an uncertain future, we must attend to things in the present.
Well, aren't you a romantic? Is this meant to be your atonement?
No, my venture. My final venture as a scientist. And so begins at long last my world peace experiment.
Wait.
This is unsettling. I feel more anxious the longer things continue without incident.
Even now that Jacko's gone, Eno shows no signs of movement. I can't imagine our worries are baseless. I hate to admit it, but it's actually quite reassuring having you here with us.
King Leo, do you know why I decided to come back to work here? Or rather, why my friend gave his all to protect the Post-War Administration Bureau? Milia and my subordinates do not fear judgment. In fact, we are ready to accept it. We did not choose this path to evade your punishment. If those who have sinned do not seek forgiveness, then they're just like me, walking corpses, lesser even than the lowest criminals. I came back because they wish to remain human.
Does that mean I can mercilessly boss them around?
By the way, what shall we do about the treasure?
Leave it be. No matter what we find, it won't be something we can discuss today.
I suppose you're right. All we can do is leave things to Sol and the on-site security.
What's wrong?
Well...
What the hell is going on?
The black box is opening.
What?
We've been hacked. Someone has stolen the data.
I don't care how. Just put a stop to this.
No. It's already done. It would appear they set up the hack to display this now. For whatever reason, the perpetrator wants us to see this.
Zato, tell me this is some sick joke. Hey, I'm not getting any contact from the White House. Group 2, report.
I'm not sure you know how tense things are getting in here, but... you've got everyone on edge.
I'd like to hear more.
In that case...
Asuka?
What a show you've put on, Asuka.
Identify yourself.
Happy Chaos.
That voice.
Who are you?
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten about little old me. I suppose that's fair, given the state I'm in now. Man, do I ever want to have a nice long chat with you. But that'll have to wait. What? You really gotta look someone in the eyes to communicate. No more phone calls today.
Damn it. It's not connecting. Did he truly shut down the system on his own? But how is any of this possible? Not only did he know of Happy Chaos, he even knew my name.
World peace, huh? Neither optimistic sermons nor genocidal weapons have unified us just yet, I suppose.
Hey, where are the guards? Who let him in here?
The guards? You mean like the guy who gave me this jacket? Give the guy a day off. Yeah, so anyways, first I'd like to...
Perhaps you took a wrong turn. The exit's behind you.
What did you... Stand back!
Mingui! No! Striper!
Oh, calm down. There's still time to save him. Provided you don't cut me off again, that is. Though, to be fair, I did interrupt you guys first. That's on me. Let me try introducing myself again.
What?
That's a weapon called a gun. When you pull the trigger, a bullet comes out. Those bullets kill people. Let's try shooting that scary-looking guy right there.
No! There's no way I could ever.
Oh, I'm quite sure you can. Just trust me.
I can't!
I'm gonna count to 3. And if you don't shoot by the time I'm done, everyone here dies.
Please!
1.
I can't do this! I won't!
2.
You can't be serious!
3.
Ah!
Way to go. You made the best choice you could, given the situation. Feeling better now, huh? All right then, let's all give Asuka a hand.
What?
What is this?
World peace. Ready in just 5 minutes.
What the?
Now what?
An unregistered weapon of mass destruction has been activated.
A weapon of mass destruction?
Yes, sir. We're getting a signal from the level 5 sub-basement. It's a strategic weapon.
This is impossible. It's cleared all protocols simultaneously.
We're getting external interference.
It can't be. Is this the work of that hacker? What's the target?
The United States!
Cut the main power.
We can't shut it down or restart it. We're completely shut out.
This is madness. Do something about it. This is about to start another world war.
Prepare the auxiliary power source. It will be faster to do this manually.
What do you plan to do?
Take care of this myself.
What in the Sam Hill is going on?
Albatross has been launched, and without the President's authorization.
Have we been hacked?
But we just changed the damn launch code 30 minutes ago.
Auxiliary power activated. We've regained control.
Then it worked.
It did, but only for the weapons in the castle. Every other weapon in Illyria has been launched.
Alert! The United States has launched weapons against Illyria.
The ultimate magic-based anti-gear weapon, Albatross. You guys dreamed that one up, right? I just fired them all.
No way. You're insane!
Do you realize what you've done?
Duh.
What the hell is this?
If you press that button, the missiles will self-destruct. Press it or don't. That's up to you. But if nothing happens in the next 5 minutes, we'll be starting over from the Stone Age.
It worked?
Congratulations. You just created a world with no weapons.
What are you after?
Can't you tell?
You didn't need to offer us that choice. Was all this just to show off your powers?
Yep, but I'm not after your fancy watches and rings. So whatever could I want?
He's a magic wielder, with skills far beyond top class. There's no way he's...
All Albatross missiles have self-destructed.
None of this makes any sense. This is a D1 order. Enter the White House and confirm the safety of the President. Now, damn it! Would you join them?
I have only one request. The book.
Book?
Yeah. The one Asuka's got. Only problem is, little rascal's hiding behind a door I can't open. And the only one who can open it
is me. And you expect me to just quietly obey?
Do you need me to reintroduce myself?
I'll do it. I'll do it, so just stop. I'll take you to the gear maker.
Mr. President!
Vernon, get down.
Now there's a freelancer who takes pride in his work. Good. Things are finally getting interesting.
You were just in time. I can't thank you enough.
Save it for once we're outside. Where's the exit?
What? I can't leave the other representatives behind.
You can't afford not to. It's all over if he gets his hands on you.
But... Are you all right?
I'm fine. I knew it. It's taking me longer to heal.
Nice work.
It won't go as well if more of them find us. Can we get somewhere safe?
Safe? We're in the White House. The whole place is supposed to be safe.
Shit. I don't care where we go. We just need to move.
Chairman, we're still unable to make contact with the White House.
Send in Echo Team. Continue calling and send reinforcements.
This just in. We've heard that all of the magic-based missiles have self-destructed mid-launch. The government has not yet issued a statement, but it seems as though the Army is investigating under the presumption that the launch was some sort of accident. However, the possibility remains that this was some sort of demonstration against G4. Security around the White House has...
Are you guys selling those uniforms at your gift shop or something? And where the hell are your guards?
I saw it with my own eyes, but I still can't believe it. Chaos has the power to manipulate people's appearances and minds alike. He's brainwashed our entire security staff. There's no way I can leave everyone behind. We need to let people know what's going on in here and call for backup. I'm not running until that's done.
Trust me, if it were possible, they'd be here already. I haven't tried contacting Kai, but none of my calls connect. It's likely that all transmissions are being jammed.
What about a hotline that doesn't use magic? There's a country that continues to use forbidden machines.
Seth, huh? How can you contact them?
This building is an antique, you see? It's in the air command post.
You're a stubborn bastard, you know that?
It's how I won the election, actually.
What's up? That was a close one. There's a guard bot up there. They attack anything that enters their line of sight.
Echo Team reporting in. We've arrived at the White House.
What's the situation?
It's the same as the footage. Soldiers are continuing to patrol Area 4. It seems they're unaware of the situation.
Make contact, but use caution.
Understood. Moving to make contact.
Shouldn't you be pursuing the president?
Wait, you can talk?
Yes, I believe I just did.
Wow, you can even hold a conversation.
You seem quite comfortable for a man in a stranger's home. I take it this is all going to plan?
Not quite. The perfect plan never beats an improvised one. That's how I work.
Clearly. Normally a plan so brazen would never work.
Normally. On that note, that knight from the Chinese Federation will die if you leave him be. We got terrorists in the White House and just fired every WMD in the world, and yet no one's come to save you. Are these normal occurrences to you? Wake up already. We left normal behind a long time ago.
What's with the mask? We've issued an emergency order. Why haven't you...
Open fire! Cease fire!
What the hell?
We seem to be witnessing a firefight on the perimeter of the White House. It's chaos down there. There is still no official word about what's going on, or whether it's related to the weapons of mass destruction.
No way. Mr. Secretary. Huh.
Fall back for now.
Retreat! Retreat!
Unbelievable.
Imagine if I was just like, all right, guys, that's a goodbye, and just like hung up and like ended straight. Of course not. Duh. We gotta keep going. That you can't have a chapter end in the middle of a scene like that. Like, hello. What? It's all getting nitty gritty. Happy chaos is interrupting G4. Some people are dead. The chaos is literally like just erupting everywhere. Gold Lewis, the secretary, I'm guessing of defense, just walked in. Was like, yo, watch this. I got a magical coffin that'll do ish. Yeah, we can't end there. We can't end there. Let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. What you thinking so far of the Guilty Gear Strive story, Part 2 for One Steps Watched Along? Psychotic? Yes. Awesome? Of course. Save and continue. Let's get back into it.
What's going on out there?
A D1 order must have been issued some time ago. From the sound of things, I would imagine Chaos has backup troops outside as well.
You hear that? Something's going down outside.
Stop. If that gun notices you, you're gonna be Swiss cheese. Don't move a muscle.
How did you know? How did you know that machine wouldn't come our way?
My gut.
Your gut's gonna be all over this vent if you're not more logical next time.
You told me I couldn't save the world. What did you mean?
You don't even know what the world is yet.
But I could still stop Eno.
Then why did you come with me?
I don't know. As I am now, I can't really do anything.
Yeah. You're human. A regular human. Which is why you don't always act logically. Quite some time ago, Sol went into the castle's food storage area. Broke in, to be more precise. Since I found the door in shambles. In any case, I came running when I heard the noise. He calls it a refrigerator, But as with all of the castle's facilities, it's spacious to the point of absurdity. Even finding someone in there is no simple task. In time, I found Sol in front of a wall of 5,000 liters of liquor. 84 varieties, all lined up and organized. Now, I can't judge the cost of alcohol by sight alone. But I did recognize the bottle he held in his hands. It was the same kind of cheap liquor you can find in nearly any restaurant. I told him he could have at least chosen something worth the cost of repairs to the door. How do you think he responded? There's hundreds of better drinks out there, but I always end up choosing this one.
Choosing?
That's right. He chose it not for its quality, but because it fits his tastes. You'll understand that, eventually. And a day will come when you find that contradiction beautiful. People have their necessary frivolities.
Necessary frivolities.
This is it.
He's on patrol. He'll be gone soon.
Thank God he didn't notice us.
So I wasn't just hearing things.
We're gonna be fine.
What do we do?
Stay completely still.
Oh, like that's logical.
What the?
Sure it is.
Ugh.
See?
All right, I found it.
Hurry it up. We can't stay here forever.
Don't rush me. Unlike you, when I say we're gonna be fine, I mean it.
Why's that?
This is a relic from an age gone by. I've heard it's more of a wiretap than a telephone.
Though most local civilians have been evacuated, we have confirmed that some have been left behind. We cannot yet speak to the number of losses. Meanwhile, police, civilians, and the military have joined together in a desperate attempt at saving lives.
President Gabriel, we're receiving a call on the emergency hotline.
Oh? Then why haven't you picked up?
Well, it's an unregistered number, sir, so frankly, there's no telling who might be calling.
What? Trace the call.
Yes, sir.
They picked up.
I don't know who you are, but this is a private line used strictly for matters of national security.
If you intend to keep it busy as some sort of childish prank, we reserve the right to take all necessary defensive measures. Within 5 seconds, we will have your location traced, Within 15 minutes, the tactical nuke should arrive.
If you feel any responsibility whatsoever for the poor souls within 3 kilometers of you, then don't ever call this number again.
What?
How'd it go?
They're gonna drop a nuke on us.
Huh?
Did you find them?
Yes, sir. But, the call came from the White House.
There's currently so much gunfire around the White House that it could safely be called a war zone. With no information regarding the dignitaries of each country inside, many are concerned for their safety.
Ugh.
The White House just contacted Zepp via the emergency hotline. They'll be sharing the call with major organizations from each country. The president is unharmed!
Fantastic.
My apologies, Vernon. Glad to hear you're all right.
For now, yes, but we don't have much time. I'm gonna tell you all I know, so listen carefully. The White House has been taken over by terrorists. I managed to get away, but the others are being held captive in the conference room. Someone's injured too. If you can, please, send backup right away.
Do you know who's responsible?
Only his name. He calls himself Happy Chaos.
Happy?
He's after Asuka's tome. And to get it, he needs me to give him access to the PEOC.
How many troops does he have?
I can't say. They're everywhere and heavily armed.
That doesn't make sense. How would they get past security?
I don't want to admit it, but most likely.
The security officers were brainwashed.
Dickinson!
Echo Team and I saw it with our own eyes. I'm sure of it.
Do you understand what this means? In this complex alone, we have over 300 station officers.
It's not safe to stay here. The moment this call's done, we're going to try to escape. But we will need backup immediately.
Hold your horses. It's just as dangerous outside as in. Mr. President, I believe it would be wise for you to retreat to the PEOC until backup arrives.
Not a chance. We can't let Happy Chaos gain access to the PEOC. And you don't have to worry about me. I'm with Soul Bad Guy.
In that case, head to the parking lot from the West Wing. That should be your quickest, safest route out of there. That's where I'll pick you up.
See you there. Signing off now.
Send in the reinforcements.
So, what do you plan to do after this? Will you be reading that book in your jail cell? I can't say I've ever heard of a case in which a single criminal successfully overthrew a government.
Nor has the White House ever been taken over. There's a first time for everything.
I just find it a tad curious. You could have made your demands after launching the missiles. Why didn't you?
Do you have a name, O King of Illyria?
Daryl.
All right, Daryl. I'll indulge your question. I don't want to just make history. I want to make history fun. I want to write a script for reality and enjoy some authentic drama.
Haven't you had your fun already, then? Look at the state you have us in.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I take no joy in seeing people suffer. I want to see them struggle.
Semantics.
Not at all. A wax figure and a human being. At a glance, it's hard to tell the difference. But the two are entirely different, no? Let's say my goal was to create the strongest shield ever. How would I go about doing that? By creating the strongest sword. A sword justifies the existence of a shield. Humanity's always exhausted every possibility. That's the exact sort of drama I want to see.
What was the motive behind your initial goal, then? Without the sword, the shield would be unnecessary.
The motive? Sorry, to me the very idea of a motive is nonsense. 'Cause I'm a wax figure, you see.
This place seems safe enough. First, I'll take out the guys by the side entrance. I'm sure someone will notice the noise, but I'll deal with it. While I've got them distracted, you make for the exit as fast as you can.
Can we pull it off?
Brown bears don't give birth to pandas. If you believe in that, you can believe in me.
Then what will you do?
I've got unfinished business with Asuka.
I see. Thank you. You've been an immense help.
I'm not a handshake kind of guy.
This world is brimming with potential. So long as humans put in the effort, they can realize true greatness. Make it a reality. The miracles of non-fiction surpass even the most masterful works fiction writers can dream up. However, if some lady of the lake rose up out of the water and offered you any book in the world, no one would ask for a history book. That's because reality isn't very fun.
Can you truly say that a reality you're scripting is non-fiction?
There's a robbery happening on the other side of the world right now, real to you. We all write the script of our own lives. Our reality is what's written on our own page, nothing more. The important thing is whether or not we can experience it for ourselves. I'm going to write the history books of the future. And 100 years from now, kids won't be falling asleep in class anymore.
Huh?
The sensors have picked up on a heat source within the White House.
A heat source? Don't tell me.
You have got to be kidding me.
It's real.
What in God's name?
But how? This really is Project Tiernanog.
Burn it! Burn it!
Tiernanog.
Huh? Soul!
What in the world is that? Has anyone confirmed the president's escape?
We are continually bewildered as things develop at the scene. The government continues to remain silent, without so much as a word of official instruction to local residents. We've received word that just before this chaos began, there were reports of a suspicious group sighted in the vicinity of the White House. Suffice it to say, the safety of the president and
I
those
must
inside
admit,
the White House
this turn of events
remains a
surprises
mystery.
me.
During the war, there were military-industrial complexes the government didn't know about all over the world. And this White House here was built to shelter a small number of the villains who ran them. A Noah's Ark of their own.
Didn't think it was possible to get sent back to before the starting line. You got any more house rules I should know about?
I'm wondering the same thing.
The White House has completely left our line of sight.
What about radar?
I've checked, but they seem to be using stealth magic.
So we have to rely on our own eyes. Set up anything that can fly. Don't let it out of our sight.
Secretary Goldbluth,
Second King.
you have any information on that aircraft?
Last time I checked, the White House couldn't fly.
So Melia was right.
Do you know something?
I do. If you're going to pursue that thing, you'd better be careful. It's not exactly an airliner.
Secretary, one of our planes has visual contact.
It does.
This is Firefly 3 reporting in. Unable to establish communication with Apple. I'm going to attempt an in-air landing.
Yes, you did it! Great!
No, wait. Don't get too close.
What is that thing? Oh.
We've lost contact with Firefly 3.
Is this a nightmare?
How could he have known of Tir Nanog? More than that, how is he able to control it? Chaos has to be.
A call? Do we have reception now?
No. This is a magic signal intrusion. Only one person could pull this off. Right, Asuka?
True. Are you all right?
I wish. They got me locked down. I'm here with Vernon.
Good to hear. You rescued him, I presume? Keep him safe at all costs. If the enemy truly is after the tome, we cannot afford to let him have it.
There's something I gotta know. Can just about anybody read the tome?
They cannot. Only me and Chaos.
Just what are you?
You really want to know?
That man, Chaos. He's my teacher. History's first and strongest magic wielder. The original.
The original?
The man who introduced the world to magic? But...
The Gear Maker's teacher, the author of the Tome of Origin, the father of magic, and the savior who opened our minds and spearheaded mankind's revival when the world lost its science. Only one of you is telling the truth. Is it you, or these documents?
Neither. Back when I was the person you and Asuka knew, this and this weren't broken yet.
You sure that guy's your teacher?
His appearance and demeanor have changed considerably, but his aptitude for magic is undeniable.
Great. So we're headed for the worst case scenario.
Headed for? Is that some kind of joke? How could things get any worse than they already are?
Chaos's goal is to make Eno complete.
Eno.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Chaos already has Eno's other half.
There's no way. My teacher would never do such a thing.
Fine. Then what do you think his next step is?
All right, I'll give it some thought. Meanwhile, please try to stay safe.
This wouldn't be a bad place to fight, but we don't have an escape route either. We might end up moving, depending on how things shake out.
I'll pray for your safety.
But how much worse can this get?
Hey. Yeah? I can see what looks like an aircraft up ahead. Are we on the right route?
Let me confirm. This is TH-10-8. We have eyes on an unidentified aircraft. Requesting information. Over.
That's not right. There are no flight plans that should be overlapping with TH-10-8's route. We're not showing anything on radar either. Over.
This is the captain speaking. Respectfully, that's impossible.
I can see it with my own 2 eyes. It's a massive aircraft. At this rate, we're at risk of impact. Requesting evasive assistance. Over.
That's odd. Is there any response from the TCAS or ADS? TH-10H should be the only aircraft in your
Holy
vicinity.
shit! It's the White House! The aircraft ahead of us is the White House!
Come again?
Taking evasive maneuvers! Was that Air Force One?
The backup is on the way.
Good. The PWAB will be issued orders in cooperation with ZEP. Change your communication channel to 7.1 to confirm.
Confirmed.
Understood. Still, the Post-War Administration Bureau?
I get it, but right now those ex-assassins know more about the White House situation than we do. Save your complaints for later.
This is Milia Rage, director of the PWAB. Do any of you have a visual on the White House?
Naval Officer Dawkin reporting. Gargoyle 3 is tracking their signal.
Thank you, Dawkin. If that craft is armed, make sure it maintains a distance of 500 meters. The White House is a fortress. It's equipped with a system that detects aircraft transponders and automatically intercepts. Stand by outside of the effective range and avoid contact until further orders.
Roger that.
Now that we've located it, we face a new issue. We're unable to act until we make contact with the inside or it runs out of fuel and crashes. We need an aircraft that the White House cannot see.
I believe we could be of service on that front. No, it's not a suitable craft for hostages. And I can't guarantee it will make it in time.
It's better than sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Please send it.
Right away.
We'll work on what we can from our end. Plot the White House's route based on its current vector from Washington, D.C.
Chief of Staff Erica Bartholomew has given us access to their confidential files. With international cooperation, we will now proceed with our analysis of the black box. Hopefully we'll find a clue.
Here's hoping.
What's the damage report?
Initial reports say 48 police and soldier casualties. But that doesn't account for the numerous civilians caught up in all this.
Was this a political group? Some single ideologue?
Hilaria tried to warn us. I downplayed the danger because Eno was in custody. These deaths are my responsibility.
I don't know who they are, but the enemy is in there. This is no time to beat yourself up.
We've worked together for a long time. I know you could do this on your own.
Only if blaming you for this made me twice as efficient. Listen, if working together for a long time builds trust, then there's no one you should trust more than yourself.
All right, we cannot. Okay, so we're not gonna end off like that either. Obviously, I mean, we found out that Hyper Chaos is actually the original, which was Asuka's teacher, one of the first and the most powerful magic wielder that we know of. So we gotta find out what's going on next. Maybe another chapter or two. But intermission time, everyone. Go use the restroom, like I'm gonna. Grab some more water, grab your popcorn. And we're gonna have a quick, probably 1 minute intermission. So everyone chill. We'll be right back.
If you're enjoying the content, remember to subscribe. And as always, take it one step at a time.
All right. We're back. We're gonna be not finishing the entire thing, but we're gonna be going on at least another round or two for chapters, because like, yeah, we need to see what's going down. I want to know what happens. I want to know where Chaos is up to. Where is he going? I want to know what the frick goes on with G4. I want to know what's Asuka's also behind the scenes plans. So we got a lot that I want to kind of see. So let's get into it.
All right, time for our in-flight announcement. Greetings, passengers. Thank you for choosing Chaos Airlines. This is a direct flight to, well, let's not spoil the surprise. Allow me to explain the safety equipment on this vessel. In the event of decreased visibility, the lamps on your seats will blah, blah, blah. For emergency evacuation, feel free to fling yourself out of the vessel. You will be sent straight to heaven. Due to company policy, oxygen masks, life vests, and parachutes are not available. Our crew will attack passengers on sight. We ask that you run and hide if you hope to survive. In addition, their weapons are custom jobs. So, your immortality won't help you here. You'd be best off avoiding combat however you can. Oh, I almost forgot. Your time limit is... well, you'll find out soon enough. All right then, relax and enjoy the flight.
He's toying with us, screwing around like this.
What can we do? Would we be better off staying here?
Might be smarter than running around aimlessly.
Oh, oopsies. One last thing. Be on the lookout for our samurai. He can sense auras, so I wouldn't recommend waiting it out in your hiding places.
Samurai?
It can't be. Or I guess it could. So he made bullets out of your blade, huh?
Your technique is lacking. You rely too heavily on your immortality.
I get that a lot.
This won't do. You're too powerful.
A Nightless. So that old dandy isn't the only one left, huh?
Assault-type recon aircraft feature. Ready for launch.
Potemkin, this machine hasn't been flight tested yet. Our only testaments to its safety are simulations.
Then this will be its first test flight. You'd better record the data. Besides, I'm the only one who can pilot it anyway, right? Godspeed.
Okay, starting tomorrow, I'm hitting the gym.
Planning to get jacked by the end of your term?
Yeah. I'd settle for not dragging you down right now. I want my weapon too. Let's head for the Oval Office.
Weapon? Vernon! What the? So you...
This guy's gonna need some more fuel.
Some more G Fuel.
Mr. Secretary?
Yeah?
The White House is currently moving in a straight line. At this rate, it will be directly above Neo-Phoenix in 10 minutes.
That's a major city.
If, God forbid, the White House were to crash land there, what kind of damage would we be looking at?
Given its size, and factoring in the likelihood of explosions and fire, it may well wipe out the entire city.
There's not enough time to issue an evacuation order.
All we can do is pray that that's not what Chaos wants.
Dickinson, given that we cannot confirm the President's safety, we may want to start thinking about passing the office onto the VP.
No need for that. We know that the President's in there. And so long as the tone stays out of the enemy's hands, we know that he's alive and kicking.
That's precisely why.
Pardon?
In the event that Chaos were to take a major city like Neo-Phoenix hostage, do you think the President could make the decision to let them die?
Wait, you're not seriously. Are you suggesting we attack the White House?
That's one possibility.
The hell's wrong with you? Do you even realize what you're...
The White House is a residence of our President and government itself. Attacking it would be an assault on its staff, as well as the heroes and dignitaries of each country. I know exactly what I'm saying.
That makes your suggestion all the worse. Are you planning a coup d'etat?
If he gets his hands on that tome, you'll be wishing a coup was all we had to deal with. Though frankly, I'd rather have neither. However, if something terrible happens as a result of our hesitation, that would be negligence on our part.
Erica, he's got a point.
I know.
Oh, bitter. What do people like about this coffee stuff? You want the rest? Now this stuff's much more my speed.
I'm surprised. How did you know I was a coffee addict?
You just told me. You also just told me you're not a germaphobe.
What do you intend to do with the tome once you have it?
Jeez, people these days are always in such a rush to get answers. Think for yourself, for a change.
I don't like people who speak to an author as if they understand their work.
Well then. Right now, Eno is only half of herself. Oh, yeah, don't worry if you don't get it. That's just how it is. In order to get her other half back, we need the book's power. The end. That's all.
So that's what this is. You're trying to give Eno some sort of power. A power that will make her a greater threat than any missile. In any case, I'm going to have to give this back. I don't drink cold coffee.
What's this? Are we fighting?
That's up to you.
Oh, interesting. What's on your mind, bud?
Let's make a deal.
A deal?
There should be an aircraft nearby, ready to save us. Seeing as we haven't yet been boarded, I presume that the White House has an interception system in place. I would like you to temporarily disarm that system and release me and the other hostages in this room.
And what do I get out of this?
Nothing.
Funny. I've never heard of a deal like that before.
There's a first time for everything. Sole bad guy is aboard this ship, which means you're going to lose. That's your fate.
I don't like that word. Fate.
That makes two of us. I don't believe in coincidences either. Sol has saved the world many times. So many times that it would seem statistically impossible. And yet, it's the truth. The record should be enough to convince you of that. Fate is simply the most appropriate word I could think of. It's clear he's going to come out on top yet again.
So I give up my hostages and whatever info on me you possess.
It's the only way to improve your fortune. The lives of a few hostages are worth very little when weighed against the threat to the entire world. If I were to sacrifice everyone here in order to put the smallest little crack in your plan, Sol would see that crack and smash right through it.
And what if I blow your head off right now?
You'll lose a hostage and some ammo. That's all.
Oh, you are good.
He's like, I didn't even think about that. Damn, you're good, dude. Why didn't I think of that?
Confirming safe departure of the rescue craft. The Third King called us to confirm that the dignitaries of all countries except the United States are unharmed.
He released the hostages? What is Chaos thinking?
He really let us go.
We aren't the main characters in his play. He didn't need us. This may be hard to swallow, but Chaos is only here to have fun.
Regardless, your quick thinking saved us. I'm deeply grateful.
I don't deserve your gratitude. I put everyone's lives at risk for my own goal.
Then what did you...
Chaos made a call from the ship, even though all transmissions were supposed to be restricted.
Yes, and?
I've been called the King of Groundwork. And I can't stand coffee.
It's so lonely in here. I should have kept Daryl at least. Yep, still bitter.
We've received a report from the Third King. It would seem that during his escape, he jacked the enemy's transmission device.
What? Is that true?
I wouldn't expect any less. He's a shrewd one.
Let's get our talking points together fast.
Do we have an analysis of the facilities?
The Pentagon and ZEP are working on it as we speak, though they haven't fully analyzed the PEOC area or the steering system yet.
And the White House's route?
They've passed through Neo-Phoenix airspace without incident and are continuing in a straight line.
That's a relief.
It is odd, though. If it were me, I would make use of everything at my disposal. If the President can run away until they're out of fuel, that wouldn't benefit Chaos.
But what if it would?
Chip?
Yo, Erica!
When did you...
Friend of yours? Hold on. Chip? As in president of the Eastern Chip Kingdom?
Officially speaking, no.
Don't sweat the small stuff. I came to vanquish a demon, but it looks like my target ran far out of my reach. So that transmission is our lifeline.
Dickinson, I promise I'll get him out of here shortly. But before I do, could you spare a minute to hear him out? Shouldn't take long.
First off, I don't plan on making any deals with this Chaos punk.
What do you mean?
Can you imagine what he's going to use the tome for?
I assume he'll be using it as a weapon somehow?
That's what someone with demands would do. Or a guy with a grudge. Either way, they'd have made a statement by now, right? So, the way I see it, no matter what it is Chaos wants, he can finish it up there.
How can you be so sure?
If the White House stays on this course, they'll eventually cross the border. whereabouts of the tome, you'll have to shoot it down first. So why hasn't this guy made any demands?
You think he wants us to blow him up?
I don't get it. Why would being shot down?
It gets rid of the guy protecting the book. Pretty convenient solution if you can't die.
He can't die.
Anji?
Forgive me for the sudden interruption. I'll save the introductions for another time. Truth is, I've been pursuing Chaos for many years. In the interest of time, I'll be direct. He is that man. Rather, that man was a title created because nobody knew where the blame really lay. But it applied to more than one person. The Gearmaker and one other. He's a monster who wreaked havoc during the Crusades by possessing people in his spirit form.
Tell everyone in there that they're on a time limit.
Was that a good idea? If he knows we no longer have hostages, the president may attempt to escape. Why not detach the PEOC now?
Why?
What do you mean, why? I don't understand you. Your plan is nothing but detours. For one thing, why am I able to question your actions like this?
You wouldn't be a good scriptwriter, you know that?
I see.
Oh, just one more thing, while you're here. You would make one hell of an actor. Ever see that play about the double agent? You look just like the leading man.
I see.
So why don't we make you a triple agent?
Any chance there's another route?
Could we use that?
You sure?
He's the tallest president we've ever had.
Where to next? Left or right?
Right, but... down is faster. Here we are.
Are these... Huh, don't see that every day. Spiritus Type 48. A stupidly big battery with poor energy conversion efficiency.
If we set all these off, we could blow Chaos away, along with the whole damn White House.
I can do you one better. I just removed the limiter. Now this alone could take out the White House. If I did it for all of them, we could destroy half the globe.
How dangerous are these things?
The more zeal they use, the more they can sell them for. Doesn't make them perform any better, though. Arms dealers are a tricky bunch.
I had a bad habit of breaking promises with my daughter to focus on work. You wouldn't believe how mad that little girl got. Wasn't afraid to cuss me out over it, too. Where'd she learn that kind of language, I wonder? I swear, my wife would have fainted if she lived to hear it. But last time I flaked, she sent me a letter. Good luck with work, it said. To be honest, it was a relief. I knew my little girl was just trying to be thoughtful, but even so, it felt like a weight off my shoulders. Great. That's one fight I don't need to have, I thought. But now, I wish we could have had that talk, even if it was just a fight. Why did I become president? What did I want to protect?
Sometimes you tear apart your house looking for your keys, only for someone else to find them in a second. That ever happen to you? And sure, they might get annoyed or make fun of you. But no matter how things ended up, everyone involved could clearly see that you were giving everything you had. Even if your ideal future had wheels attached, all you could do would be to push or pull it.
No way. Are you trying to cheer me up? Gearmaker?
Frederick?
Did you make this call?
No, it seems to be some sort of special open channel.
Is the president there?
Dickinson.
Oh, thank God you're safe.
How did you restore the communication lines?
That's not important right now. First, I have some good news. The hostages have been safely evacuated, all thanks to the Third King.
Really?
Wily bastard.
But please, Mr. President, tell us how you're doing.
Our pursuers have gotten aggressive. It's getting difficult to stay hidden.
I see. All right. Please listen closely to what I'm about to say. The White House is currently en route to the border of Old Mexico.
What?
Right now, the White House is essentially a flying bomb. I've got no doubt that it'll be shot down if it enters a neighboring country's airspace. Not only will we lose the symbol of our country, but we'll have no control over who ends up with the tone. We need to shoot down the White House ourselves before that happens.
How much time do we have?
At its current speed, about 50 minutes.
He's written the hell out of this script. Knowing what we know, we can either surrender or destroy the PEOC after it's been shot down. Either way, Chaos comes out on top.
Did you know about him being immortal, Soul?
Yep.
Spares me an explanation. Even if you run into Chaos, do not engage. We're looking for a way to get you out of there, so just hang on until we find one.
You really think there's a way out?
Considering that the White House is an aircraft, there's gotta be escape pods.
Any idea where?
The PEOC, most likely. It's nothing but locks within locks. A regular Matryoshka doll. And the codes are in a language I've never seen.
Sounds like we're in for a long 50 minutes.
Got any other info on Chaos?
We do, but...
Chip?
Hey, this is just my gut feeling, so don't get your hopes up.
Better than nothing.
Is that giant samurai guy up there too?
He is. And he's a pain in the ass.
I'm not sure, but I think he knows Chaos's weakness.
He what?
I'm not just blowing smoke here. Listen, I saw Chaos too. He defies all common sense. The guy's just in this for the thrill, and he's intentionally giving everyone a chance to kill him.
So you're saying I need to get the samurai to talk?
I have followed the will of my teacher for long enough. I'll fight too.
What?
I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but I'll try to take control of the aircraft. I'll buy you some time. Focus on finding the escape pods.
Understood.
He's got 100 years of experience on me. Can I make up the difference?
Oh, Daryl! You should have told me you were an actor.
What the? They're altering our route!
Here we go.
The White House is decelerating and has started to turn.
Pulled it off!
Hopefully he can maintain control until they can land.
Looks like they realized where we were headed. And if he's making a move now... So, Asuka, you finally remembered me.
It's been quite a long time, teacher. This isn't how I imagined our reunion. What in the world happened to you? Where have you been? Why are you trying to grant Eno power?
I remember teaching you to ask one question at a time. Well, I've got one for you too. You know the White House's even bigger secret, don't you? What was your plan, I wonder?
You taught me not to answer a question with a question. What changed you?
Humans can't stay sane in isolation. Gave me a few epiphanies, though. What do you think a sane person is, anyway?
Someone who wouldn't try to take over the White House.
Should I be proud you've learned to banter? Let me rephrase the question. Say someone is locked up in a small, pure white room with no doors or windows. For a year, no, maybe even longer. They've got food and drink, no illnesses or injuries. They can even make calls to whomever they'd like. A voice speaks to them from above. You must not leave. No one else can, so you mustn't either. Then one day a door to the outside suddenly appears. And now my question, what would a sane person do? The way I see it, this era is making a ton of these white rooms.
There's certainly a better solution than breaking down the walls.
You've learned to talk back.
You're not the only one who's changed. I've become... the devil.
Stop this. You must reconsider the risk this poses to mankind. You dare stand against humanity?
You're...
the universal will. A robot of your own creation. I became human so that I might understand humanity. My mission was the realization of eternal joy for all mankind. But I made the wrong choice and failed to see my mission through.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. But were you always this nice?
The poison within me left when you did.
Poison, really?
You are unbearably pure. Eno's other half is formed of mankind's wishes. Undiluted spirit. Both the evil that denies our existence and the justice that affirms our lives. That and writhing, unthinking malice. Tell me then, have you discovered your path?
There's no answer to that. Mankind is not a collective of humans, but just one single element of humanity. And hell, the definition of human is hazy at best.
So you choose to agitate the situation after all. If Eno transcends the concept of time, she could become the creator of the world. We may be consumed by a paradox.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not here to win or lose. I'm just here to be here. What?
This power. It can't be. You. You're Eno's other half.
You're so perceptive with everything but relationships.
But why? If you do this, you'll disappear in the end too. Why would you go so far to help Eno?
You still don't get it, do you? You still think of me and Eno as your enemies. I thought I'd tell you to be open-minded. Eno was born in a white room, and she's been looking for the exit this whole time. She can pretend to be human, but her feelings dried up long ago. She shows us where humans are headed. Plagued with an eternal, insatiable thirst, affirming ourselves will lose all meaning. When everything became possible, we lost our ability to accomplish anything. But she still says she wants a future. If this world holds value, then I will show it to her at all costs! Right now, I exist!
Is it normal to feel earthquakes in the sky?
Only when you're hungover. In this case, though, that's our course changing. Looks like chaos got the better of him.
Damn it!
Don't move.
Stayed put for too long.
So, you move and Vernon takes a bullet. Don't get too close. It would seem his right arm is a weapon.
I know. Stay there and slowly lift both of your arms.
Soul. Brown bears don't give birth to pandas. Football is going to save the world.
Huh?
Here they are! Run! So, stay away! Get behind a pillar! Projectiles are bullshit!
Are you all right?
Well, I'm not about to tell you we're gonna be fine.
The new thing that I want to happen. The new thing is I want Soul in the middle of a fight, like actual lines with anybody to fight. If they have projectiles, I want Soul just to go, man, projectiles are bullshit. As he's fighting it, like he's getting hit by freaking like Kai's like projectiles, and you just go, projectiles are bullshit, and just like rushes you. That'd be the best. All right, guys, we learned a lot. Oh, can you imagine? Projectiles are bullshit. After he just gets hit by projectile. We learned a lot, and this story has just in the past 2 hours I've been watching this, has gotten so much more in depth. It's absolutely insane. I can't even imagine what the next few hours hold for us. But that's going to be One Step's Guilty Gear Strive full story watch along part 2, ending off there. So if you're watching the replay, stay tuned for part 3. And for those that joined us for this, hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. I did. Got the popcorn out, the drinks. I had a good time. Kind of like watching a movie, you know, man, with you guys. We had the poll, and over half of you said yes, it's great, and the other half said it's okay and never seen it till now. So if you guys have never seen it till now, hopefully you enjoyed as well. Whether you're in the live chat right now or the replay, let me know down below what have you guys thought so far of Guilty Gear Strive's story and essentially this movie watch along that we're kind of doing, the full story watch along we're doing for Guilty Gear. It's been awesome. I need to go watch more lore because this is not the beginning of everything. So for those that know it, yeah, those were dope, Izzy. Those were, I was like, that was so sick. I want to see where it goes in the future too. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe here for more content. We have new videos Monday and Friday, and we stream at least twice a week. We have daily shorts, so we basically have kind of daily content. I do gotta finish up, unfortunately. I got stuff to go do, but because it's Tuesday, I gotta go do. But we have a new video coming out tomorrow, surprise Wednesday video, and then we're going live on Thursday to play the new character in Guilty Gear Strive, Bedman ? For those that are wanting the new character, we're doing that on Thursday, and then another new video on Friday. So, and then streaming all weekend. Yeah, new character this Thursday, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna try to keep this stream more of a watch along, so that way those that are watching the replay can just kind of, you know, skip this part and go watch the next part, which is part 3. So you guys are awesome. Shout out to all my mods out there, my channel members. You guys support me the best you can, and I love to see it. You guys have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Take it one step at a time, and we will see you guys in the next video and or stream, which is hopefully tomorrow. And again, turn that bell on so you know when we're live, and we'll see you guys next time. Actually can't wait for Bedman. He looks pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. His moveset looks pretty dope. So pretty sick, boyo. Yeah, I was gonna go outside anyways. You think I was gonna go outside in this weather? Is he? What are you, psycho? I'm gonna save and quit. Dumpy says bye, but they called me Bubble Yum in high school, so this is my bubble butt. We got to chapter. Wasn't it 9? Departure. All right, so we're gonna continue where we left off. Next time, I think we're gonna be streaming this maybe this weekend or next week. So again, guys, stay tuned for that. And over the weekend, I'll show you guys my Bedman, and I'll show you guys my New Testament skills. Izzy, Righteous, Gugustin, and everybody in the chat, Noth, who plays Guilty Gear. What the freak? Right when we're ending here, thank you for subscribing, Ahmad. I appreciate the support there, my dude. Thank you so much. As we're literally ending. I don't know if you're here in my chat right now, probably not, but thanks regardless. Thanks either way. All right, boys, I'm gonna go have some actual food. Take it. I don't know why I'm tired. I'm just tired, but yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.